Every time I talk about building your personal brand, one of the most common concerns that I hear is, how do I do this without oversharing? I'm a private person. I don't want people in my business. I absolutely get it. Even I don't want strangers in my personal business. And I know that there is a thin line between professional visibility and personal exposure. And so, in today's video, we are going to unpack this. We're going to be talking about how you can build your personal brand without oversharing, without bragging, and without putting too much of yourself out there. So stay tuned. Before we move further in this conversation, let's first unpack this truth. Personal branding is not about sharing your deepest secrets with the world. It's about showing up consistently in a way that highlights your value, your insights, and your unique perspectives. And if you do not define the boundaries, you risk not showing up at all, or saying too much. The sweet spot is about intentionality, knowing what to share and knowing what to keep private. I'm sure your next question is, so how do we strike a balance? Aramide, so what should I share and what should I keep private? And we're going to be talking about this shortly. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think that you should share and what do you think that you should keep private? I will be sharing my thoughts, but I'll also like to read from you in the comment section. So what to share? Of course, as a career professional, your professional expertise, your lessons, your strategies, your frameworks that have helped you. Of course, be reminded to keep confidential company information confidential. Do not share confidential company information. But you can share your expertise. You can share about a project you worked on. You can share about a win you had on a project you worked on. You can share like productivity hacks and things that have helped you to stay successful in your career. You can share your journey, challenges you've gone through in your career, lessons you've learned in your career journey, and all of these things can help people coming behind you. I am one person who believes that I don't have to make all the mistakes in life. If someone else has made a mistake, I can learn from their journey, right? You can talk about your milestones as well and things that shaped you to achieve those milestones, lessons that you learned on your way to achieving those milestones. Those are things that a lot of people can learn from and can help you build your personal brand. I remember that in one of the live series that I attended with Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika many years ago, lessons that she shared, not even, some of them were not her personal lessons, but lessons that she shared were things that I took away and they stayed with me and helped shape my own career journey, which I'm still on the journey, right? But those are things that you can share. There are many people who do not have guidance and are waiting on your stories to rewrite their own story. You can also share your values, the values that have held you throughout your career, integrity, leadership, personal development, all of those things you can share with the public without you adding personal details. For example, if you had a situation at work where you had to demonstrate leadership, you can craft your story. The good thing is today, with artificial intelligence and the right prompts, you can rewrite your story in a way that seems vague and still showcases your personal brand to whoever is reading that story. So don't hold back. Someone somewhere is waiting on your story to rewrite their story. If you're going to share a story this week, let me know in the comment section. Tell me what some of the stories that you've shared about your journey, about your milestones, about your personal value, or even about your professional expertise. I will be willing to I will be looking forward to engaging with you in the comments. So what do you need to keep private? This should go without saying, but I love to emphasize this because I continue to see these blunders online. Someone was part of a project, it was announced to the public, and then they come to say, oh, I did the makeup in the video, oh, I was the one who built the app. Keep professional information confidential. Do not share confidential information about your organization. Do not share business strategies. Do not share business secrets just because you want to build your personal brand. Let me say it again. We are not trying to get fired here. We are only trying to improve and build our personal brand in a way that showcases our expertise. And sharing confidential company information online does not showcase expertise. Personal struggles. And I know that the lines are becoming very blurry. A lot of people come online to share personal struggles, challenges, personal challenges that they are going through. Some in the moment. It's very dangerous to do this because the internet never forgets. You don't want people to use your personal story as content or personal story as just a way to while away their own time on social media. So do not share your personal struggles. And if you must, again, there is a way you can craft the story to showcase lessons learned in a way that does not mention any personal or private information, right? In fact, my advice would be, if you're going to share lessons from your personal struggles, make sure that you have healed from it. There's no need to impress anybody. I'm telling you. Make sure that you have healed from it. There are stories I'm going to share on this channel from my own lessons learned and challenges faced in my career. And I'm able to share them now because I've healed and I've grown from the experience and I've picked out the lessons from those experiences. But sharing it as the day hurts sometimes can even take you back to the place that you are trying to move away from. So be careful about sharing your personal struggles. I would say don't share your personal struggles if you can. And if you want to, make sure that you have healed from it. Make sure that you are not speaking from a place of pain. And make sure that you are only sharing the lessons. You don't have to tell us all the personal details that we do not need to know. Take that out and only share what will be useful to the next person. Only share what will be useful to the person watching the video or reading your post. So this one is a bit tricky, right? But there are details or information that blur the line between personal and professional. For example, your family situation, your family life, your financial situation, your personal relationships. Those can be a bit tricky, especially if you are not trying to be a lifestyle influencer. And I will tell you that even lifestyle influencers, they blur the line. They curate what they want us to see. But if you must, because I know that it's not easy to say don't share anything about your personal life. These days, people want to see you as a normal person, me as Aramide the YouTuber versus me as Aramide in my normal day-to-day life, right? So it's difficult to say don't share personal details. But if you must share personal details, you should ensure that whatever it is you are sharing ties into the message that you are trying to pass across. My friend was saying yesterday that in a conversation that I had, she was saying that if she needs to share her food, when people make content about the food they are eating, maybe when they go to a restaurant, she said if she needs to share it to drive home a message, she will share it. So you need to be able to tie whatever it is that you are sharing in your whatever personal detail you are sharing with the message that you are trying to pass across, so that you keep us focused, right? You keep us focused and we stay on the message rather than the personal detail that you shared, if you get what I mean by that. So for me, right, I held back sharing online a lot for the longest time because I wasn't sure. What do I share? What do I not share? Right? What do I share? What do I not share? And even till now, I still find it very difficult. Like, I'm always asking myself before I make a post, what is the purpose of this post? What do I want the person engaging this post? What do I want them to gain from it? But I realized that, I've worked for over 15 years. There are so many lessons in my career that I can share with the younger generation or even with my peers that people can learn from. And as soon as I clocked that, I got the courage to start this YouTube channel. I got the courage to start posting again on my Instagram and to post on my LinkedIn. And I cannot tell you how much of opportunities all of this have brought my way. As a matter of fact, I took a bold step recently and I had my first ever Instagram live session. There were technical glitches, but it was a milestone for me because now I can take my stories and engage real time with people who have similar challenges, who are going through the same situation, and we can come together and unravel the problems, resolve them, and keep it moving. So I'm saying to you that you need to ensure that you create a proper boundary between your personal life and your professional life. And there's so much you can share about your professional life. There's so much. People are waiting on you. People are looking forward to your stories, to rewrite their own stories. So I would like to see you sharing. If you are still with me, let me know what you think so far in the comment section. Are you going to start sharing now? What are some ideas of things that you think you can share? Maybe I can learn from it. We can learn from each other. And what are some things that you think that you should not share online? I would really like to read and engage from you in the comments. So how do you create boundaries? Because like I said earlier, it can be difficult and it can be tricky. How do you set boundaries? For me, before I post any content, I ask myself, what am I trying to achieve with this post? What do I want the person engaging with this post, what do I want them to gain from it? Am I just venting? Am I just ranting? Am I bragging? I do that internal self-check before posting my content. And sometimes I use Copilot. I tell it, Copilot, make this more professional for LinkedIn. Make this fit for Instagram. Make this fit for YouTube. And with the use of Copilot and artificial intelligence, I can curate whatever story I'm trying to share in a way that benefits my reader or the person engaging with my post, depending on the platform that they are engaging with me on. There is a 70-20-10 rule, which is 70% of what you're going to share will be professional insights, strictly. 20% will be personal lessons, either from your personal life or work. And the 10% will be anything else. So maybe a book you read, a movie you watched, or something that happened to you over the weekend, something that caught your eye in traffic. I have a lot of those kind of posts that guide me on what exactly I want to share. I don't follow the 70-20-10 rule strictly because sometimes the inspiration and creativity, when you have burst of it, you just need to act on what comes to your mind, on what you're inspired by. But that's a good rule. That's a good place to start if you don't have any personal rule that you already follow. And then finally, upfront, decide the things that you're not going to share. Create a no share list. If you're not going to share about your family, know that you're not going to share. And that list will be personal to each person, because some people are okay to share about their family. For example, if your brand is talking about family life or faith or your family journey or something like that, you may have to obviously share about your family and some of your personal details. But you need to curate your own no share list that guides you along the lines of what you can share and what you intend to keep private. So as I wrap up this video, I want to tell you again, the world is evolving, the world is changing. Today, if you don't have a digital footprint, online, it's almost as though you don't exist. And that's why it's really important that you build your personal brand. Your personal brand is not about exposing yourself to the world. In fact, that's a huge misconception that I hope that by now your mind has been dissuaded from. It's about being intentional about the version of you that you want people to see, to know, and to remember. There are certain people that if I mention their name today, you can easily tell. You can just put a label on them. If I mention Dangote, you know he's an entrepreneur. If I mention Oprah Winfrey, you know she talk show hosts. You know, there are people that you mention their names and something comes to your mind. Why? It's because of how they have curated their personal brand. Now, you can only see them in that particular light. That's what it means for you to build your personal brand. Show your expertise, share your lessons, and let your values shine through. But keep your private life private, if that's what you prefer. And this is how you build a personal brand with boundaries. If you found this video helpful, then you should watch this video where I talk about how you can leverage your organization's platform to build your personal brand. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video to someone who needs a confidence boost to start showing up online. And I will see you in my next one. Bye for now.